Let's make deep house. First, let's set the tempo to 128 BPM and start with a kick from a sample pack. Then some claps. And for the rest of the drums, we need some swing. So let's start with some open hi-hats. Some closed hi-hats. Some filler snares. Some shakers. Some groovy percussion. And some crashes every 8 bars. Guys, if you like these drums, they're from a new sample pack, Infinity Groove. It has more than 400 drum samples, including kicks, claps, snares, hi-hats, shakers, percussion, and loops. The samples are high quality and ready to make your production process easier and faster. Plus, it's really affordable. And if you use the discount code DIN4, that's D34N4, you get $4 off during November. So if you're interested in this sample pack, make sure to check it out using the link in the description. Now, before moving on to the harmonic elements of the track, we need to find some good vocals. That way it's easier to build the song around the vocal.
You give me shivers without trying. There's no denying. Got my body in the danger zone.
Now let's make some pads that fit the vocal. Let's take down lows and the highs from this. And use shaper box to sidechain this. Now we're going to be using two basses. The first one is a deep plucky bass like this. Let's sidechain this. Turn this to mono. And take down the highs. The second bass is a Reese bass. I'll also sidechain this and use EQ to stop this from clashing with the other bass. Now let's add some soft pianos in the background. I'll just take down lows from this. Now I'm gonna add some repetitive synths following the root notes of our chord progression with slight variations. I'll sidechain this, take down the lows, and add some saturation to the highs. And add some reverb. Now let's add some soft plugs. I'll sidechain this, take down the lows and some of the highs. And add some auto panning to make this sound interesting. Moving on to the second half of the drum, we need a lead. Let's sidechain this, add some delay, some distortion, and some EQs to take down lows. Then let's just add some pads of tension. Now since the drop's done, let's move on to the intro and the builder. Let's start with our drums, except the kick and the percussion, then add the pads and the vocals. Then let's add the reese bass and remove the EQ at this part. At the build-up, let's add the percussion, the piano, and the plucks. Then let's make a long snare roll using a snare from my sample pad. And introduce it using a volume automation. Then let's add some rises. And some downlifters. And to make the drop sound huge, let's create a low pass automation on the master to thin out the build-up like this. Now let's duplicate this and change things around at the second half. Now let's create a simple outro section. Here I'll make the vocal unique and use this radio preset on EQ. Then some filtering. Some reverb. And some delay. So guys, our track is now finished. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and let's see our final result.
You give me shivers without trying. Shivers more than lying. Got my body in the danger zone. You got me seeing these illusions. See in my delusion. Got my mind spinning out of control. You give me shivers without trying. Shivers more than lying. Got my body in the danger zone. You got me seeing these illusions. See in my delusion. Got my mind spinning out of control. You give me shivers without trying. Shivers more than lying. Got my body in the danger zone. You got me seeing these illusions. See in my delusion. Got my mind spinning out of control. You give me shivers without trying. Shivers more than lying. Got my body in the danger zone. You got me seeing these illusions. See in my delusion. Got my mind spinning out of control. You give me shivers. You got me seeing these illusions. You give me shivers. You got me seeing these illusions. You give me shivers without trying. There's no denying. Got my body in the danger zone. You got me seeing these illusions. See in my delusion. Got my mind spinning out of control. You give me shivers without trying. Shit, there's no denying. Got my body in the danger zone. You got me seeing these illusions. See, in my delusion, got my mind spinning out of control. You give me shivers.